So as we get into the cash flow quadrant and we start getting more information on it, we're going to just go right back to where we left off, and we're going to start adding some stuff in. And I think what you're going to see is there's a lot to the cash flow quadrant. And you will see as you look at it that we're still on this left side versus right side stuff. And everybody thinks this cash flow quadrant was brand new and that Robert Kiyosaki just created it when he wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad and the book's Cash Flow Quadrant. The cash flow quadrant has technically been around in some way, shape, or form for centuries. And how do we know this? It's actually pretty simple, because Native Americans used to have a saying, every one of us has two wolves inside of us, and whichever wolf you feed is the wolf that's going to grow. So we've got this left side versus right side concept. And when we start to look at it, you notice I've already put in trade time for money with the employee mentality. The S mentality, it's the I got to do this, I got to do that. I own a job. And that's really what it comes down to, is the B mentality, this big business owner, they could walk away from their business for up to a year at a time and their business is going to be in better shape than the day they left it. Think about that. They can walk away from their business and their business is in better shape than they left it. And no matter who I use in these examples, somebody's not going to like them as a business owner, but I mean just names that we're familiar with. We can use Bill Gates, we can use Elon Musk. And even though Bill Gates is no longer running the day-to-day business of Microsoft, it is still thriving. Even though Elon Musk is not running the day-to-day Tesla operation, it is still thriving. And we can see that with multiple different things. Let's use Apple Computer as an example. The founder, starter, one of the main CEOs of Apple Computer is actually, he's passed on now, Steve Jobs. And with him passing on, Apple's actually thriving at so many different levels. So that B business is a system of work. There's support in place, they trust those things, and they move forward with it. And the I, once again, is just money working. The harder your money works, your money needs to go out and make friends, because if it goes out and makes friends, you're going to have more money coming back to you. The faster your money works, then the more money you're going to make. So these are the essential differences between the left side and the right side. The left side, it really comes down to, this is the workers side of it. The workers live on the left side of this. The right side are the people that create jobs. The right side are the people that create jobs. I'm going to call them the creators of the work. And so they can't live without each other. Everybody says, well, why don't everybody just get on the right side of the quadrant? Well, that can't happen. And it will never happen, because really at the end of it all, you're always going to need people to work for you when you own a company. And ever since we've had basically the assembly line, we've had to figure out how to create businesses that rely on workers. Almost all of our educational system is based on training workers when you really think about it. Even a lot of the jobs that people have, like accountants and lawyers, are because of the way business is done. This left side versus right side, very simply, you see a lot more negativity on the left side. If there's negativity on the left side, I got to figure out how to spell that, negativity. On the left side, then what do we have on the right side? We have positivity. I'm just going to write positive because I don't know how to spell the other one. So we'll go with positive. And if you don't believe me or think this is real, go to a break room at any business. Go to a break room at any business, and what you're going to find at that break room is what? You're going to go in there, and a lot of people are going to be negative at that break room. And they're going to talk about, how they make the company better. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's a reason they're the worker bees of that company, because they're not creators. They're always looking for negative mentality things. And I don't think that's a very hard thing to see. I think it's very commonplace. But this whole left side versus right side is something that we always have to be looking at. As you can see, there's no way I'm going to get done with this cash flow quadrant on this video, because I'm going to fill up this sheet before we're done. So we're going to come back on the next video and we're going to talk more about the cash flow quadrant. Look forward to seeing you guys on the path.